guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another 5-minute book review and I'm going to be reviewing Gently Falls the Bakula by Sudha Murty. In case you guys haven't checked out my previous video in this series, I'll link it down below so you can check that out. Basically, this is a book review where I'm going to be reviewing a book in four parts. First is I'm going to give a brief summary of the book. Second, I'm going to tell you what I like about the book. Third, I'm going to tell you what I don't like about the book. And towards the end, I'm going to give sort of like a rating of what I felt, based on what I felt about the book. So Gently Falls the Bakula was the first novel written by Sudha Murty. Now Sudha Murty is known for her simplistic storytelling, and Gently Falls the Bakula is just that. It's sort of like a romantic novel. The novel revolves around two protagonists, Shrikant and Srimati. Now they are neighbors and their families, like their houses, are separated by a Bakula tree. Their families absolutely hate each other, but eventually Shrikant and Srimati fall in love with one another. Now after school, Shrikant moves on to IIT Bombay and Srimati stays back and studies history. Now while they are away from each other, they constantly keep in touch with each other through letters, and in each letter that Srimati sends to Shrikant, she always makes sure to put a Bakula flower inside the letter. I'm going to explain the significance of that later on. Now while she was studying history, she comes across a professor from America who insists on her doing a PhD abroad, but she gives it all up because she wants to marry Shrikant and stay with him. So eventually Shrikant and Srimati get married and she moves on to Bombay along with him. Throughout their marriage, Srimati gives up a lot of things for Shrikant. She sacrifices a lot, and Shrikant, he moves up the professional ladder and goes on to achieve great things in his career. However, their marriage soon goes through a lot of bad phases, and eventually their marriage is on the rocks. Now later on, the tone of this novel sort of changes from a cheerful, romantic, cute sort of a tone, and it becomes a more melancholy tone, and that is how the story progresses. Now what I like about this novel is her simple writing. Sudha Murty is known for not using overcomplicated phrases or huge big words. Her storytelling is very simple, and that's what I love about this novel. Another thing I love about this novel is that each and every line in this novel, anything that happens in this novel has a very deep philosophical meaning to it. For example, I was mentioning that whenever Srimati used to send letters to Shrikant when he was studying in Bombay, she would always put a Bakula flower from the Bakula tree that was between their two houses. She would always put a Bakula flower inside the letter. Now the Bakula flower is not known to be a very beautiful flower aesthetically, but it has a unique property wherein whenever the Bakula flower withers, in spite of it withering, it's able to retain its fragrance or scent, and that's the beauty of the flower. So the flower has a very philosophical meaning and reference to their love, that in spite of staying away, they're able to keep their love alive. Now what I don't like about the novel is absolutely nothing. I love the novel and I think it's perfect as it is. However, I should mention that there are few things that not everyone might be comfortable with regarding the novel. For example, the ending of the novel. The ending of the novel is not something you'd expect. Another thing that I don't think a lot of people would like about the novel is that it's quite predictable to a certain extent, and it might seem a tad bit like a Bollywood movie in the 90s. But we have to keep in mind that this novel was written a long time back. It was written decades ago. So whenever a writer writes a novel, usually the things that are happening around him or her affects the writing as well. So keeping that in mind, I think it's a great novel. So finally comes the rating, and I would rate this novel 5 on 5. I find this novel a beautiful read, and if you are a huge fan of Sudha Murty and you haven't read this novel yet, you should get your hands on it. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, like, share and subscribe, and do let me know if there are any other books you have in mind that I should review, and I would love to do so. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!